Howdy, folks. Welcome back. Hang on just a sec. I wasn't ready. We need to get nice and tight on this. Okay, that's good right there. Screen down a little bit. All right. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So, here we are over at the Schumann, the elusive Schumann resonance graph that is hard to find these days. And zoom in here on the date. Here we are. This is February 2nd, 2023. Happy Groundhog's Day, everyone. And boy, so what we're looking at here, let's see if we can scroll up a little bit. All right, let me zoom back a little bit. Right, here's where I want to make some adjustments here. Bear with me for a second. All right, howdy, folks. Welcome back. See somebody in the chat room there. So, all right, here we go. So, I've been reporting on the Schumann here and how we've discovered that this is actually showing the core and the shell grinding together, making these squeaks and these pops. And you can see that these squeaks are like the brakes being applied, squeezing down on the core, slowing it down, okay? And you can see we had a pretty good squeezing of the brakes here and a big loud squeak, and then we had this one, all right? Now this is a pretty good session right there. There's multiple streaks right here. It's divided up by, you know, a stoppage here, a stoppage there, and then this big blast of brakes or whatever, okay? So you can see these little lines in between here where it's totally applied hard and then just totally stops for a second, totally squeaks, and then stops squeaking for a second. So all this squeak is disrupted by these two little lines right here going through it, all right? All right, bear with me because the reason why I'm doing this so late is this is going to be hard to report on this, you guys. And what I have found is deeply disturbing. So let me just warn you guys right now. What I'm about to show you is going to be very disturbing, and it's not good news. All right, it's not good. That's why I titled this "Not Good." So I got to keep reporting though, because I got to get this information while it's still fresh before it gets buried. And that way it makes it into my archive. All right. So let me explain something here. On the Schumann resonance, this little line right here, you see this second number down is 8.0. The Schumann resonance, it resonates at 7.83. That's our normal hertz, okay? So roughly 8. That's where we're looking at, is this line that goes across right here, okay? This is the 8 line. This is normal activity. We want to see just a nice little smudge like this. Not 3 of them, just this one is a normal reading for the Schumann resonance, okay? All this other stuff is the core grinding, releasing, grinding again, releasing, okay? So, we want to look at this line right here. And you see the disruptions as we go across the line, as this line continues here. There's breaks here, there's squeaks, pops, little, especially these big, squeaks here where the brakes have been applied really hard on the core. Now what's happening here is, I want you to look here at, where we go here. All right, let's just move on to this part. You see these little arches right here? These are what are bothering me, because right before these arches, let me center this better. No, we need it right there. Okay, so right here, we're going to zoom in really hard. Okay, so we're just going to keep one of these arches in frame here, because I want to focus up here a little bit harder here. Okay, now you can see our arch right here, and you can see the little streak right here, right as that arch started. Right before that streak, you see this little break at 8 point or the 7.83 level. This little break right here, this is another stoppage right here, or very close to a stoppage of the core right here. All right? And when you see these weak points like this and these strong blasts, the Schumann resonance is the same resonance that our body and our brains resonate at as well. So this has effect on the human brain as well as every animal on the planet. We all have to resonate at 7.83 or else we would not live on this planet. Okay? So when we're seeing this violent activity at this level that's supposed to be normal, okay? This is what's driving the animals crazy, and even more so, the people crazy. I think you can see in the news now, everybody's lost their friggin' minds. Yeah, let's blow each other up now, right? This is why. This is why. And I'm expecting even more. Okay, you guys, because you see these big blasts. Every time we absorb a CME now, it squeezes down on the core and we get a result like this. And these are not good. These are squeezing on the core. The core is already rotating backwards, and that is confirmed. And we will address that subject here in just a minute. But what I want you to look at is right here, this dark patch right before these arches, okay? These arches are indicating the planet starting to rotate again. It's squeaking, going as it's starting to rotate again. It stopped briefly right here and then started rotating again, and we're getting readings again. This is not good. We're already rotating backwards. We need to keep rotating somehow to keep our magnetic fields up. All right, so we're between a rock and a hard place. Our core is rotating backwards, but at least it's still rotating. That's going to cause the outer shell to rotate backwards, you guys. I don't know what kind of bullshit they're feeding you in the news anymore. It happens every 70 years. That's a load of BS. Because if it happened every 70 years, we wouldn't be standing on the surface of the planet right now. It'd still be recovering. All right? There's no way the core reverses direction every 70 years. It's cataclysmic events that we're talking about that are about to happen, you guys. There is nowhere to run. There is nowhere to hide. There is no way to prep for this. Okay? This is not good, all right? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got to report on this stuff and warn you guys before it's too late, okay? And before this data is gone, because it'll move on to the next day and I won't be able to get to an archive and find this data to report on it again. Oh my God. Okay, and you see right here, we have these just very sporadic movement between the core and its shell. Okay, that's what these are reading now. Also, let me see if we can go over to this side just a tad bit more. Yeah. Okay. You guys see these two little breaks right here? See, there's just no Schumann resonance, barely any right there. Let me just zoom in a little harder for the camera here. Boom, pull it up. Move this over. It's too much. Yeah, right there, so we're good enough. See this? You see these dark patches? I'm telling you, these are not good. You see how weak it is at 8 here? Look at this. This whole area almost looks dark. And then the brakes were applied some more. This is not good, you guys, all right? And now that we understand what this instrument is reading, what these readings mean, and how to look at them and delineate what they're telling us, it appears by these arches right here that we had a stoppage of our core today on Groundhog Day, and thank God it started spinning again, okay? Thank God it started spinning, the core started spinning again today. All right, it went down for a little brief moment, but it started moving again. All right, you guys grasping the gravity of the situation here? One of my biggest fears right now is that I am not conveying the message hard enough. I should be using expletives. Okay, now let's back out of this. I want to go over here to Solar Ham now, where we are looking at the sun's core and its shell and its little Schumann resonance. Oh, cool. Let's try over here just a tad bit more. Okay, there we go. Now, if you guys have been paying attention and listening to my reports, the latest reports, our mainline level was above C class. It was in C class range. We usually ride in the middle of C class. See the green little box? Green means good, right? Green means good. All right, so we want to be riding in this level having M class flares. All right, that's normal activity, riding in the C range. I have noticed that after some of these latest events, that our sun's magnetic field is getting weaker and its core is grinding as well. That's what this is. This is the core grinding in the sun. It's the same thing as the Schumann, but it's the solar Schumann, okay? Look at this event right here. I was expecting something today, but here it is right at the end of yesterday. So this is the event I was expecting, and this is the oddest reading I've ever seen on here. They usually have nice little spikes. This one is so slanted and sloped. Okay, this is a abnormal reading right here. You see this thing, you guys? This is what I knew something was coming, and this is a direct result of whatever the shock wave is doing to the sun, and then the sun returns it to us 3 days later. Okay, this was hitting the sun when I expected it. Now 3 days later from this is when we're going to have some kind of weird effect. All right, now I want you to look here very carefully. We are under B class right here, and we have been for the last few days. Let's say, I think it's been about a week now that we have dropped out of riding in the green range, the good range, mid-range C class, to dropping below the deck. That means the sun is getting weaker. Its core is grinding to a halt too. It's getting weaker. This is not good when you see this below the C class line. So we're riding it upper B class now, and when we have a solar flare, it reaches to the C class range instead of up into M class. That would be normal. Here, these are huge events, and they're barely registering in C class range. That's how weak the sun's is getting. Look how long we ride below C class range. And if you see, we start up here, but look over here. Here's where the brakes were slammed on the sun, okay, on the sun and its core. It reacted with this spike, with the CME, which is an electromagnetic pulse as well as what would happen on the Earth. And now look how low it is below. Look how low it is below this line, you guys. All right, this is not a game. This is not a joke. This is not good. When it drops below A class, that's when the sun probably shuts down, okay? I cannot emphasize this enough, all right? Now, something else amazing has happened. I haven't done a report here in a while, in a couple of days, because I have had something else happen. And, I don't even know how to tell you guys this. So, let's stay zoomed in on this, actually. My bad. So, we had quite a little gift. Revelation happened to me. You know, all sorts of wonderful paranormal activity happens to me, right? So, this one is kind of hard to explain, but a gift fell out of the sky with the number 218 written on it. Like, take note of this number. This is a gift from the sky with the number 218. And I'm like, oh, great, another riddle to figure out. Oh, what does 218 mean? So, I start looking around at instruments, whatever, and just with that in the back of my mind. So, as I'm going along here, I went back into the archive. Since we've dropped below the C class range and we're riding into the B class range now, since that day happened, I'm watching this steady decline. Okay, the steady decline would keep going off the page, and at this rate, it will eventually reach that A class floor, the B class floor, A class ceiling right here, where I believe we're going to see the sun do something unheard of. All right. By the time it reaches from here to here, I did a little math and I came up with the date February 18th. That would be 218. Not good, you guys. All right. February 18th is when, if we keep riding at this rate, February 18th is where we go into A class range. All right. If we continue at this pace, if it doesn't even quicken even sooner, all right, you guys, February 18th is like a long range. Oh, bear with me. I don't know how to say this anymore. Okay, yeah, about 15 more days, and I would start prepping. I don't even know what to prep. There's nothing really you can do to prep for this thing. So I don't know. I would maybe put yourself in a good place on February 18th, because I have more disturbing stuff to show you. Let's back out of this first. Bear with me as we move on to our next revelation. Okay? So, how do I do this, Lord? Please help me. Okay, bear with me real quick. We're going to pull up YouTube here real quick. Please, Lord, let this work. Come on, God. Thank you. Been doing a lot of praying lately. I suggest you guys do the same. Okay, let me pull up, what was I going to here? Oh, that's right. Is that where I was going? No. We're going to Daily Excellence. Hopefully most of you guys know about Daily Excellence. Okay, yeah, come over here to his channel. He posts these interviews that Paul Begley, and if you don't see it over there on Paul Begley's channel, come over here because he posts them and redoes them. And what we need to do is pull up this video real quick. And I'm using this video's disclaimer real quick.
Back up.
Fair use. This is for educational purposes right here. And I was kind of waiting to do a report because I wanted to see what Mike was about to talk about the core tonight. And let's just get started here. I want you guys to listen closely.
Is that from this wave that you've been talking about?
Well, these things are arming in like they just intrude fastball. They're just overwhelming heliosphere coming in. The last two on that came in this last series of events that came in, they are about 7 times less magnitude than what's about to pour in. Right.
Wow.
So let's just say these were minute, but still they had an effect. Right. Neutrino detectors went off and everything else. But this next one could be said to be an X7, based on, if all the rest of them were zeros, this is an X7 coming in this month in February.
February 18th, I think is the
18th, yeah. That's an
What did he just say? February 18th? That agrees with my findings. You guys, it's time to start taking this seriously, because what he's trying to not subliminally tell you, he's trying to tell you we're running out of time. He says this next event coming is an X7 compared to a 0. These other things that are happening, this stuff where we're already at B class below, the stuff that's happening to the planet, and these last waves were zeros, okay? This 218 event, I am really, really concerned about that, because from my findings, that's what I found. And then when he said that date, my jaw dropped. Okay, you guys, it's time to start taking this seriously, you guys. All right. Come over here, listen to the entire interview. Here, what else did he say? I wanted to back it up just a tad bit more. Come over here and listen to what he has to say.
X7 strength, right?
All right. So that's another
That
one.
could be,
This is a big one.
yeah, and I'll tell you, it's not even known where to start. I thought we would have a lot of data, that a lot of data would be available to gauge what we would face. No, it doesn't work that way. But we're going to have a lot of examples of inbound intruders like this.
Okay, so he compares it as, there's no scale for this. So he's trying to give a comparison as, like, on the sun. If these events that we're seeing, these pops, these clicks, these squeaks, are a 0, which would be a B class 0, right? It wouldn't even be a C class or an M class. It would be B0, right? Okay? Compared to what's coming on the 28th, that this gift fell out of the sky with the number 218 on it. And when my findings and his findings correlate with that, you guys better hold on tight, get ready. I don't know, whatever you prepare to do. I don't think there's much to prepare for. I don't think. Go over to Ben Davidson, over to Suspicious Observers. Yeah, let's go over there real quick. That's where I was going to head to, too, because he's starting to understand what's going on. Yeah, look, he says, oh, crap. Let me pull back here a little bit here. Yeah, pole shift. Oh, crap. Go over here to his hour-long live stream. This man's demeanor, he has changed. This man is spooked. He is shook. You can tell it by the way he talks now, and the way what he talks about and how he talks about it. He is shook. I sent him some of my information. I'm sure he went over to some instrumentation to verify what I was proclaiming, and this man is deeply moved and shook. Go over here and spend an hour listening to what he tells you, because now he's, let's look on his face. So his reports now are going to be vital, because now he's starting to realize what's going on. And what was it over here I was trying to show that he did? Oh, his channel. Let me get to his channel real quick, because that's not all of them. The videos, just real quick, where'd it go? Yeah, he's talking here about our pole shift and the radiation surges and stuff. Everything he talks about all lines up with the graphs and the instrumentation that I've been telling you and that I've been showing you. Okay, so now these guys are starting to verify the findings as well. Okay. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to do. And we will wrap it up after this. Thank you, folks, for bearing with me. I had to do it this way. I'm sorry I'm so late. I've been grappling with how to do this, you guys, because this is... Oh, where am I going here? We're going to this. Now, the reason why we haven't been doing any solar reports, load up. Come on, Lord. Please load up. Mm. Thank you, Lord. Take a look at this. Starting on the 29th, we have had no data. And there is plenty of data. They're just not releasing it. Because there is another camera on the same satellite, the same camera, that's showing you these events, but from much further away, so you can't see what's really going on. So the data's there. They're hiding it. I went over to ISWA. They're hiding the same information. This is the SOHO information, looking at our sun. The event that I showed you, that weird little angled spike, was what? Yesterday. So here on February 1st, we had that weird event on the sun. I would love to see the data from that day. All of these days, because I've been reporting on these days from Stereo A, and it's capturing objects and all kinds of interesting things. So now we see the cover-up starting. They are not posting this because they don't want me to report on what's really going on. And you guys might as well just go turn on Fox News and go turn on the news and watch the political circus and don't look up, okay? Because you don't want to see what's going on. You don't want to know. You can't handle the truth. It's not good, okay? I'm sorry I have to be this way and be the bearer of bad news. I am not a fearmonger. I like to do research and have statistics, facts, and actual evidence. And I am screaming to you guys, the evidence I have found indicates something is coming on the 18th. We are at February 3rd when you wake up. That's 15 days. You guys got like a 2-week warning. That's it. That's all I can do for tonight. I love you guys. I miss you all. God bless you all. I pray for He has mercy on us. One last thing. The shell of the planet will start rotating the opposite direction. It's going to be slow and gradual, especially when the brakes are being applied. So it might not take effect right away, but the magnetic field lines that I've been reporting on the last 2 days have been haywire too. So we're seeing the effects of it, okay? What do I think will happen? We're all about to die. That's what I think is going to happen. Okay? I don't like to come out and say that, but I don't think a single person on the face of this planet stands a chance. And that's it. I love you all. God bless you all. And until my next video, bye.